And then I hear him rinky-dink with the toilet, and I'm like, Mom? I never saw Dr. Dave again.
Oh. Wow.
Your shit ruined the relationship.
Yeah, it did.
We are here with stand-up comedians Stewart Fullerton and Maddy Smith.
Hey,
So excited.
Guys we fucked. Girls we fucked. Kids we fucked. What?
Whoa.
Oh my God.
You were saying earlier you guys
my
look like a
goodness.
lesbian couple from Best in Show, like number 2. You
So-
own a Chihuahua.
Yeah,
and
we have a Chihuahua.
Jack
And we
Russell.
were upstate all weekend.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
Upstate.
We came
Got
down.
your
We were in
allergies.
Cold Spring.
I've
We have
been
a place there.
Place in Cold Spring. I've been trying to redo the kitchen.
Yeah, but we can't agree on the floors.
Can't agree on the floors.
Yeah.
I like hardwood. She likes bamboo.
And yeah,
Bamboo.
well, the bamboo is really more sustainable. I'm more environmental, and she's kind of more,
Like
Republican.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
You're more Republican.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're moving out of the city, because the crime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go nowhere anymore.
Yeah,
You're not getting
nowhere.
some pulled on you.
Anyway, yeah, we're
Insane.
lesbian.
So wait, how long have you guys been friends?
7.
Really?
6 years.
Aw.
7?
Yeah.
I've been doing comedy 7 years, and then we
I
started
met
hanging
her
out right
when
after.
I first started doing comedy.
6 to 7.
6 to 7 years.
Do you guys remember the first time you met? I'm gonna just ask
100%.
questions like you're a couple.
Stuart remembers.
I remember
more.
everything.
I remember.
You-
I think the second time more. It was at that show, right?
So Maddie's the
Yes.
husband if she remembers the second time.
I remember the second. Yeah.
She remembers when we fucked.
Yeah.
But no. So we met. Okay, so I had just started doing stand up. I was like, what? I didn't know you could just do stand up. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
even know how to do it. So I was like, what the hell? I became friends with that girl, Ashlyn.
Yep.
And then who we used to run a podcast with.
Yes.
And then she was like, you should come do this show. It was a women's event
Uh-oh.
in Inwood Heights. There was a massage table there. Nasty, like Whole Foods
There was
food,
like an olive tray.
it was like
cheeses.
older women. Like it was like me, Maddy, Chanel Ali was there.
I love her.
Yeah, it
Sarah
was.
Garner was there.
Sarah Garner,
randomly.
there was like it was like a big apartment. The women were barefoot.
Yeah, women were
no.
barefoot and like
fucking
The
nightmare.
kind of like show you open the door, there's shoes by the door, and you're like,
yeah,
great.
no microphone,
No microphone. And it was very like,
Oh, a little
so
TED
we
Talk.
are so grateful today for our entertainment to be stand-up comedians.
Comedians.
Yeah, it was like a multicultural women's event. And I remember we were all sitting in the corner and Maddy was talking mad shit. You were like, comedy sucks. This is so stupid. I hate this person, this person, this person. And I'm like,
these women.
I was like, there's like no way to move up. All the guys
All
get
the guys
everything.
get
By the way,
everything.
I'm 3 months in.
she's like, 3 months in. And I'm like, this girl's being so negative about comedy. Like, I'm like, this is so fun. We're at this like women's event just doing whatever. I was so naive. And then like 2 weeks, I don't remember the next time we met, but they were
Yeah.
best friends. And I was like, I hate this too.
Yeah, then we started bonding. We started doing mics together and then started overlapping
Yeah.
there. And then I don't know how it fully unfolded.
We went to that barbecue together once.
Yes. There was probably a lot of, I don't really remember.
I think we just have the same, we think the same things about people.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So
It's
bad, love to
bad
shit talk
talks.
together.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, we should talk like crazy.
We should talk a lot.
It's nice to have a shit talking friend that you
Yeah.
like reserve. And you
Yes.
could just go ham. You just let
Yeah.
it out.
Like we'll be at a show and I don't know, make up a girl's name so I don't know.
Lisa.
Michelle, Lisa, Frank.
No, we actually hate someone
Stuart
named
will
Lisa.
be like, Stuart will be
No, I'm kidding.
doesn't everybody?
Stuart will be like, the most insane thing just happened with Michelle. And then like 2 days later, I'll be like, you never told me about Michelle. And then I'll get like 3 voice audio memos. And the story is just kind of whatever.
Normal.
She was 3 days later. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
yeah.
dramatic. But, and then Maddy got
You're
famous.
the me of the group.
Yeah, Maddie did
I got famous, and then Stuart was like, hey,
best friends.
no, I'm kidding.
Maddy got famous, and so now I just go on the road with you.
Yeah.
And then we just chill and lol.
Heavily. You had a boyfriend, and then I got the same kind of boyfriend. So
Yeah.
then we
Same
did a lot of
kind.
boyfriend activities.
But you got the same kind of boyfriend. What's the same
Yeah.
kind of boyfriend?
Nice.
Guys that are good at IT, brunette,
Brunette.
Do some clips
white
for me.
Kind of like
Yeah.
beer guy. Hers was a beer
brewery,
guy.
music.
Crafts.
And mine was like a video game guy,
Okay.
movie guy. So we did a lot of double dates with them. Over COVID, we did a
Philly
lot
guy,
of hanging.
like a boring Philly type.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of like an average Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah, we both dated
yeah.
average at the same time.
Unremarkable.
And then we would do fun stuff with them.
Yeah, we would do like little dates. We go to the movies. We go to the Hamptons.
You guys were just dating each other, and then you brought a penis.
We brought a guy,
100%.
and then it would be like us four hanging out, and then us.
We'd be like, blah, 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 blah.
and then the guys just, I don't know.
they'd be like,
I saw the Rangers are doing it. Yeah. Oh yeah, they hated us.
A pretty good plan.
Yes.
It's smart.
To get dick, but then also never have to really spend boring time with a man.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff with like as a foursome.
And then I don't have to go to like a record store
Right.
hungover
Right.
anymore. It was great.
right.
You had to go to a lot of record stores.
Her
Do you
ex-boyfriend was
pretend to like things that you don't actually like at the beginning of a relationship like me?
Krystyna, yes.
And then you gotta fucking
and then
fess
like
up later if it
3
works
weeks
out?
later, I'm like, fuck. But I've stopped doing that. Like
It's hard.
I go on dates and I'm like, I watch every episode of the Kardashians. I watch like I
Right.
don't like football. I don't
Right.
like records. I've gotten better. But
I
used
love
to.
that I don't like records stance. It's firm.
Here's my thing.
I don't like records.
Why do you like
I love records,
I
but
love
this
them.
is fascinating
I
to
actually
me.
like records. Let me just say,
Oh my
I like
God.
records.
Be careful. Corinne owns a record store.
I don't own a record
baseball
store.
The baseball store.
Baseball card store, yeah.
I love baseball cards.
I find with records, it's just been my experience that guys, okay, first of all, I like to shop. Guys are insane. We've talked about this before.
Yes.
When I go shopping, they act like it's the longest, craziest
Meanwhile,
thing.
they're fucking making a movie at a record shop.
They're
and
fucking
they're like,
in. I'm
gotta page through every fucking row
like they're in
in case
500
there's
days of
something.
summer.
My back is hurting.
Your
all
back
an
is
indie movie.
aching.
You're hungover for some reason every time. Every time I've been in a record store, I've been hungover because you're like
and you
usually
didn't
on
even
like
drink the night before. You're just
yeah,
hungover.
and like, and it does smell like dead things a little bit.
I
to
love
me.
that
A
smell.
basement-y,
You do?
I love that smell. The smell
Yeah.
of like mildew and old. I love it.
Ugh, I like it.
70s.
Really bothers me.
Yeah, I understand that. It's not for everyone. Mhm.
But I like records. I'm just not gonna go.
You don't
And
want to go
your
to
ex
stores.
was so into
and it was
records.
insane.
How
You
into
like a new
records was he?
one, like from Urban Outfitters. That's where Stewart
100%.
records
I go
from.
on Etsy and
Yeah,
I get
that section
I'll
top.
get like LCD sound system and like hang it up and be like, look at that.
Yep. There's a Lil Kim one I've been looking at. It's on Etsy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that one. But other than that, no. My ex though was insane. Like he had it could fill this whole room.
Yeah.
Okay, he was an avid record
and he loved
Like-
concerts. Like I'd be like, hey, how are you?
Concerts.
And she'd
Oh
be
my
like,
God.
You saw Guided by Voices like 6 times.
Oh my God, Guided by Voices is such a fucking male comedian.
I know.
I've never heard of them.
Kind of
Exactly.
cool guy band.
Exactly.
I fucking
Corinne.
okay. The guy who the impetus for this podcast is nice person. Nothing against him. We literally spent New Year's at a Guided by Voices concert.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know
this is years
everything
ago.
about.
What the
I know
fuck is it
everything
about
about
them?
Guided. I know songs. I
There's
know
just
Exactly.
certain
Never heard of them.
bands that it's like a type of guy, like also in that group Wilco, that like just like
Yes.
likes that
Just
type.
And my boyfriend, this is why
Yes.
I don't do the form fitting anymore because my boyfriend in high school was a Wilco fan, so that was my
Yes.
identity for 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Stuart was late to the kind of like bands, kind
The
of
band
yeah, the band
boyfriends.
boyfriend.
I was-
You got to
yeah.
do a one band
One
boyfriend.
band.
The
One
Guided
baby.
by Voices, like I will never get it out of my like if I ever go on a date with someone and they're like I like Guided by I will
This
have
is
to leave.
Now,
So
in that
specific.
relationship, that's a lot of Guided by Voices concerts. I mean,
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think I
to
went
go
to 7.
It was a
That's
lot.
a lot. Did you guys
What's the guy's
travel
name, Bob?
to see them? No
I don't know.
idea.
I forgot.
It was a lot of
Did you
some-
pretend
you
Bob
did a couple
Pollard is
out
his
of town
name?
shows, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to like Philly, but it was like Philly things, like Thanksgiving show, like all
They
this kind of
love
like.
ruining a major holiday.
They
Guided by
love
Voices.
And
It's
Philly
right in the
guys
middle.
love like an emo,
Exactly.
emo Philly. I'm from Philly, so it's like, oh god,
What is
okay.
Guided by Voices? It's kind of like rock, like Arcade Fire a
I
little
actually
bit.
enjoyed the concert. I did.
I don't hate it. He
Yeah,
puts on a
7
show.
times.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I haven't seen Beyonce that many times. But it's a lot.
Thank you.
Were you having fun during these concerts?
I think I just would just like
Black
black
out.
out.
I think
but
we
I don't
leave
like
your body.
concerts very
And
much.
while you were dating your guy, I was dating my guy. I think we were both blindly in this normal guy
We have boyfriends,
relationship
yeah.
because they were both so normal and we'd both been with fucking weirdos and we started comedy. We felt like I don't know. I think both of our boyfriends were like not attractive. Attractive.
They were fine
Nice,
looking.
normal guys.
Yeah.
So we stayed
Average
with them for
Joes.
so long. And then we lived with them during COVID.
Oh.
So
And that
that
ruined it
extended
all.
even more.
You
yeah.
lived with you each. I know you lived, and you lived
And
too.
he lived, yeah. She
With the
lived
records.
Yeah.
Oh god.
She was like the Greenpoint version of my relationship.
Oh shit.
The records.
When
With
there
the
was
records.
it's always tough
He
when you
was
break up
actually
with somebody.
So nice. I feel bad. But
I know. So was
the
mine.
moving out after the breakup is rough. It's
Yes.
fucking rough, and I
Yep.
wouldn't wish
Was
that on my
so
worst
bad.
enemy.
She moved out, and then like a few months later, I moved. I was like, you broke up with your
We are
boyfriend.
lesbians.
I know.
Do you feel like your and those boyfriends, they didn't want to break up with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't?
It was.
No one ever really wants to break up with us.
Yeah.
Guys don't
No, of course not.
do the breaking up a lot of times.
Well, if
True.
feminine energy leaves the relationship.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
which is weird. But yeah, so like, yeah, because guys don't seem to like take the initiative for the breakup,
No.
but they'll just start icing you out. They'll just start like not talking to you as much. They
Or
won't
they'll-
actually
yeah.
break you up
Or
with
they'll
you.
stop doing what they need to do. My
Right.
boyfriend started kind of talking to me like I was an idiot,
Oh,
and it
God.
really wore on me. Yeah,
Ew,
just
the
kind of
chipping
like
away.
Yeah,
just fucking.
But do you think
break
that was
up.
because you were getting so successful?
I think he just stopped liking my presence
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. He was always supportive.
I think he
That's
just
how-
stopped liking
I felt that with my last boyfriend. I was like, I think you hate me.
Yeah, I literally would like.
Why do you
we
wanna
would
be
be in
here?
group settings. I'd be like, "You don't like me." I came all the way here for you. I'm like,
You
"You're
sound
not,
so
and
thrilled
you're not
about
nice
it.
to me."
A
Yeah.
resentfulness is building. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
your
well, that makes sense.
resentfulness.
Yeah,
Like we would,
resentful.
he'd be like,
specific.
Maddie, just like scolding.
He'd be like, you leave your shoes out
Maddie,
everywhere.
Maddie.
My ex-boyfriend started being rude to me
Rude,
in the way he was
yes,
talking
yeah.
in front of people,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is a new trick. I
Yes,
don't like this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when I broke up with him, he was like, what? I'm like, what? But bitterness,
Mine
man.
too, yes.
A chip on a shoulder does not make a kind person, man. You get fucking nasty. Even if he was resentful of you and not like come to terms with it in himself, like that's some buried
Yeah,
nastiness.
I know. It's
awful.
There was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot. And then like the COVID thing really just accelerated. Like we probably would have stayed together like 4 to 5 years, but the
Shit.
COVID was.
So you guys didn't have a good COVID. Corinne and I had great COVIDs because we were alone.
It
It was fucking bliss.
I
It was
had like
bliss.
a half horrible COVID, and then I just left my boyfriend and went to Arkansas for like 4 months, and like
Hell yeah.
there was no COVID in Arkansas.
COVID who?
So we just
Like in
like
Florida.
all got drunk and hung out all the time.
Are you from that? Where
I am from Arkansas.
you are?
Not to brag.
Nice.
Because it's
You
funny
were
'cause I-
Southern.
I knew where Maddie was from. I was like, I actually don't know where you're from. Arkansas.
What's Arkansas
Can you believe?
like?
Southern. People don't think it's Southern, but it is.
It's
Oh,
literally
yeah.
in the
Super
yeah.
Southern, yeah.
yeah.
Little
People
Rock.
think it's like Midwest. I'm from Little Rock.
Literally in the
It's half ghetto, half not. I grew up around a lot of white people, but it's like kind of just like a diverse city.
But you went to a black high school.
went to black high school.
Nice.
It's really like very.
That's way better than a white high school, I
my
imagine.
God.
Like,
Oh, it's so fun.
so
we
much
lulled
better.
all
The arts are
time.
better.
I know.
The arts were good. We
Black people are
lulled.
more fun. They laugh at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're funnier.
I was getting called
Funnier,
thick
yeah.
when I was like in 5th grade. It was amazing.
Nice.
But Little Rock is really fun. A lot of my friends still live there, and it's like a little hidden gem.
Nice. And now, so you guys have moved on from your unremarkable boyfriends to, well,
They were
you-
both very nice. I
know,
will
we should say
And
that,
I'm only
but-
saying that because they both do comedy.
It's
so.
just, yeah. If they were off the
Yeah.
grid, we'd be like, they suck and have small cocks.
Totally.
But they actually both had massive cocks. So anyway,
Yeah, they are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, so
But
my
then,
ex
huge
did
at the end of the
too.
day, we left guys
That'll-
with big dings. Yeah.
That'll keep you in the relationship for quite some time
Yeah.
if that
Yeah.
D2
Only
bomb.
if they can work it though.
Yeah.
Of course,
'Cause sometimes the big dick doesn't work.
I know. And they just ram into you.
Maddie, you're with the younger guy.
And my last boyfriend was older. So I think that's why I like my current relation more because it seems more free.
Yeah.
When you date an older guy, it seems cool at first, but then you realize the more you do stuff, the more they're very rigid.
Yeah.
We would go out and
yeah.
oh my God.
They
remember,
made sleep?
Remember we go out and
The font on their iPhone's bigger.
The font is
They gotta put it,
he would
like,
say
3 feet
things
from their
like,
face.
He would say things like, I don't have much time left.
What? How
We were
much
so
older was he,
old.
Maddie?
I need water.
He would sleep for like 12 hours.
He was 36. But we would go out and party, and he would just be like, huff and puff at me.
Yeah.
Remember my own birthday party? Maddie.
Yeah.
My current
Imagine.
boyfriend, we wild together.
Yeah.
We wake up in the morning like, what happened?
What was
no
that? Y'all
one,
are
no
living,
one
like,
mad at each
college
other.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one mad at each other for getting hammered.
Right.
No
Yeah.
one like
Oh,
shaming.
there would be anger
Yeah.
in the last one? Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like that. Yeah,
I would wake up
yeah,
and be like,
that's fucked
you got
up.
fucked up and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like that now. My boyfriend now, like, we both do drugs, like, occasionally. And when we're on him, he's like, all right, yeah, you having fun? I'm like, this is new.
It's new.
Wow.
It's nice to have the normal balance.
It's nice to like feel safe to party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main thing in a relationship.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
like being safe to party.
I
Well,
always
'cause sometimes you date someone that goes too far, alcohol,
Right.
and then
yeah.
you're like,
For sure.
Well, I'm not taking care of you, so
Yes.
I don't. We gotta
Yeah, you gotta mind
this,
yourself.
yeah.
When Corinne would talk about her relationship with a younger guy, I'm like, okay, I totally see the appeal to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sprightly,
young.
Well, there's actually something in it. So, like, one of my complaints about relationships is like, that a lot of times heterosexual women, especially ones with money, aren't getting anything out of the deal, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I was actually having fun with him, and I know that sounds stupid, but like I actually have a hard time having fun because I'm so like eye on the prize, and so it was like one of the only boyfriends who actually was giving me something. It felt reciprocal.
Yeah. You LOL
That's
a
so
lot.
true.
Yeah.
They're
They
down
fuck.
to clown.
Yeah.
They're like,
dick works.
Down to clown.
if a plan changes, they're like, sounds good.
They don't
If a plan
care.
changes with an older
malleable.
guy,
They need dinner by 6.
said at
like I would be afraid to be like, I think we're gonna go here.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it's interesting because like, we catch so much flack, women, for getting older, but I really think it's older guys who have created that narrative because they get
'Cause they're
crustier before. I
curmudgeons.
actually brought this up with my therapist. I was like, I literally can't date older guys anymore. They are just too crusty. I still feel young. I still want to go out. That's why I started hanging out. Even like socially, I started hanging out with younger comics because I was so sick of the attitude problem for people in art
are older.
class.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't want to hear your fucking crusty ass attitudes
my
anymore.
God.
Yeah.
Goo
I
goo
grew so
gaga.
tired of it.
Haven't you? Oh, so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Don't you guys think that men also have this crazy anxiety about being old?
Yes, of
They
course.
are-
And not
And
being
they make it
enough.
seem like
They
it's only
freak
our thing
out.
and it's awful.
And not being enough. And I'm like, dude, I'm loving my life. Do not bring that energy here.
Yeah.
We
Right.
maybe are like,
Fun.
we gotta
We're
freeze our
fun.
eggs, but like, we're not. They are like, I'm 30, I haven't been famous yet. Oh my,
Oh,
they
the
are
fame.
like,
I thought it was going to be
freaking
something.
out. Yeah.
Well, you won't. so
stop
let it go.
stressing.
Yes, I'm stressing.
You already know the outcome. It's okay.
Yes. Yes. It's this narrative that they created about us, and every not older, but like women my age and up, we're like, we love our lives.
Yeah.
No, my therapist says like
it gets better
it's
every
a really
year.
common topic of conversation in her practice, and she does like a lot of relationship therapy, and that honestly made me feel so better. And because I think it's like this thing, like we wait so long for men to mature, and then it seems like they just go from like little baby boy to old man.
Yep.
And where's like the regular part?
Yeah.
Where's like being
Where's
just
the
a
regular?
regular age person who's can walk around a
But
theme
here's the
park
thing,
without
like-
a coffee.
Well, yes. It's
Also-
so
Not the
true.
place.
It's so true.
If you're like I'm 30 right now, if I'm meeting a 30-year-old who's not already married,
There's a reason he's single.
there's a reason.
Well, a
Yeah.
30-year-old who's not really married, that's Arkansas
New York.
talking in your head.
I was going to
Stewart.
say New York.
That's
Are you
Arkansas.
sure?
30-year-old
Yes.
guys.
30 is very
what about
married in the city.
32?
I mean, they exist.
I would say 40
think
for
they're-
the city.
I've been on the dating apps. There's a ton of guys in their 30s who are single here. Here,
30
yes.
not already
And
married.
are they normal?
Yeah, this is
who's normal?
You got to get the Arkansas out of there,
Are we
girlfriend.
normal?
I know. No, I'm not.
fucking
no,
Looney Tunes.
No, I said same with me.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, I'm not fully.
It's nice to date like a
Right up there.
quote unquote boring guy, but
know.
but then when you date a fun one, you're like,
I know,
wait a
that's-
second.
This is fun.
I
but then you could
I
yes and
always
each other
felt-
into oblivion.
I felt like with my boring guy, I've always felt like I was too much for him.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
on Maddie's great. Maddie's kooky. Maddie's kooky. Maddie's kooky.
I'm like,
And
I'm
like,
just fucking fun.
Yeah, I'm just a
Stop.
fun little lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you meet somebody who like totally accepts your weirdness and like loves it and encourages it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, now we're talking.
I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maddie, your mom got married recently. That's a weird, it's not an experience a lot of people have is to go with their, as an adult to their mom's wedding.
I know,
How
isn't
was
it
that?
insane? The wedding was good. The
How's
wedding
your
was
mom's?
good. What? Stuart's got her lips wanting to
Stuart
say something.
had a
No.
grab
Did you see
bag.
Stuart? She was like, Stuart was there.
No, it was fun.
was
I was
fun.
actually thinking, yeah, that is a weird kind
It
of
is
thing
weird.
to go to an older.
But I have had
Mom's
so
wedding.
many father figures in my life because of how many long-term boyfriends my mom has had. Oh. So this wedding was just like another version of that.
But
Yeah.
we really like the husband.
We like,
Yeah.
but I've also liked all of her guys.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
So
That's
that's why
lucky.
I'm kind of neutral about this wedding. I'm just like, you've brought so many men into my life who I thought were my
Daddy.
my daddy.
daddy.
Are you daddy?
Daddy, my new
I spent Christmas with these guys. Like they were my mechanics. And then she's like,
Wow.
I'm leaving Doug. And then you're like, okay, well, Doug was actually a good person in my, but she like uproots everything. So now she's with this
She's
guy.
like, this'll fix me, new guy.
Literally,
Yeah.
always. She's
So
always.
when did that start for you? When did that pattern start of these guys being in your life?
She started dating guys when I was in 8th, 9th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, and they would come.
So you were still at home.
Yeah.
And they would just move. A guy would move in with you.
He wouldn't
Whoa.
move in fully. He never moved in fully, but he would
Okay.
do like a long weekend. Like I would come home
Okay.
on a Friday and see like Doug's weekend bag by the door and his Converse high tops with flames on the side.
Oh, that's fun. Is
How
he in a
old is
band?
Doug?
He's got like a garage
50.
band.
He
Plays the drums.
Yeah, she dates like
Loves Fugazi.
My mom's a huge Grateful Dead fan, so she
Okay.
dates these Grateful Dead engineers in upstate
Deadheads are
New
pretty
York.
dope.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I don't mind Deadhead.
That's why all
always
her
have good pot.
boyfriends, she dates all engineers, so they're very
Engineer slash
straightforward.
deadheads?
Yeah, that's like all her boyfriends.
because Deadheads
Yeah.
are rich. I don't know if y'all know that.
Are you?
Older deadheads.
Older deadheads
Boomer
are rich,
deadheads.
yeah.
Like they go to
Good for
like
them.
deadhead festivals and
Wow.
she's
Kind of a
gone
rich
to-
guy thing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Have you ever
Yeah.
had tension with one of your mom's boyfriends? Like a moment? Because I feel like I would turn into like, it's my mother and
Yeah.
you don't live here, mister.
When she first started fucking guys, I was not.
Moms We Fcked.
And it was more so the communication about the divorce because they announced it as like a separation, but didn't. And they were like, no, but we're still gonna work it out. And then all of a sudden,
and then you're
all of a sudden,
disappointed.
Bruce is here.
Bruce.
Bruce
working it
is
out, Ma.
here, and
No
then
one
I
likes
had some
Bruce.
tension with Bruce.
Yeah.
I actually sent him. My mom's like AOL was logged in one day. I sent him a message.
Did you say to
I
Bruce?
called him. I called him.
We're done.
I called him a word we used in like 2008 a lot
Yeah.
for gay people.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so wait,
really?
Yeah.
but was this under the
Homosexual?
guise of like it being your mom emailing you that? Like your adult
Like you were
mom
doing
I
just
think
like-
you're
Were
homosexual,
you
which is
alone?
fine.
I was
but-
alone.
So
I was always
funny.
alone on the desktop, on the family desktop,
Did he
just mingling about.
respond?
No, I logged off.
Okay.
Forgot about it. I was like, good, clear that up. Hopefully, Dad comes back. I was like, it's
This'll
over.
fix it.
And then a week later, my mom was like, Matt, did you send something to Bruce? And I was like, no, it must have been a virus. Luckily, Bruce was sucked anyway, so he was out soon. I think he was poor, so she didn't like him.
Right.
But she used him for like house repairs for a while.
As you do.
Then there was this doctor, but I don't know if he was a doctor because he had like coexist bumper stickers on like a 1998 Honda Civic. So I think he was like not a real
Natural
doctor.
chiropractor.
But we called him Dr. Dave, and he did a lot of house repairs too. And one time I cockblocked her Shirley for this. One time, and my mom and I were basically roommates at this point. We lived in like a shack in like the wealthiest town outside of Buffalo. Just the movie 13 without like the sex. Just us fighting. And one time our toilet was broken. And you know when you get home from school, from high school, you just fucking like spread out all over the house.
Yes.
You eat all the spinach artichoke dip.
Yes.
Like 6 cupcakes, and then you just go on the computer and
Like
get on AIM.
3:15 p.m. is
Yep.
the best
Yes.
time of the day.
Yep.
Chat to
I would
grown
eat
men
a
and say you're
Stouffer's macaroni and
30.
cheese and watch
Yeah.
Stick Stickly in the
Yes.
afternoon.
Yes, you get on the computer, do whatever, not work at all, just anything. And I remember I took a shit in the toilet. The
That you
toilet
whispered it like you were the first ever.
I'm the first girl to take a shit. I shat in the
In your
toilet. I never ate fiber, so. And
Nice
listen
and
to
hard.
this. And then
Oh no.
this was a funny. I should have said this in the speech I gave for my mom. Shat in the toilet. My mom and Dr. Dave come home, and then the toilet wouldn't work, so I left it in the toilet because that's what you do when you're a dumbass teenager
Yeah.
who lives with
Right.
their mom. You're like, no, she'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And when you come home from school, you're like, shit, walk away. I'll figure it out. Dr. Dave comes in, then I hear him rinky-dink with the toilet, and I'm like, Mom? This motherfucker had to
Get your shit out
look
of the
at
toilet.
his girlfriend's daughter's shit, and he comes in. He's like, "You should eat more fiber."
Are
Wow.
you serious?
And I never
said
saw.
that?
Yeah, I never saw Dr. Dave again.
Oh.
Wow.
Your shit ruined the relationship.
Yeah, it did. So there was always little moments like that. A new guy, Dr. Dave was there. Bruce was there. One night I came down and there was a guy, and he was like, "It's Mads, right?" I'm like, "Shut up." He was gone. Never saw him again. She dated this guy Dennis for a year.
Was she your mom? Like, your
Yeah.
mom has game.
She had, dude, guys
Good for
fall
her.
in love with
She has
Janine.
like, that's amazing.
Yeah, guys fall for
She's a
Janine.
guy's girl, kind of.
She's
What
like a
about
little
her?
thing. She's fun. I
Tiny?
think it's because she's still
Clavicle?
fun.
Yeah.
No, tiny but plump.
Oh,
yeah, like a
nice.
little punk
Oh,
lady.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tiny, fun. Still, I think it's because she got C-section, so her shit's still tight too.
Yeah.
I honestly only thought about that recently. I was like, she must
What
have
that
a
pussy
tight,
do, Miss
good
Smith?
She's a good pussy.
And I
People
think she
come
fucks.
back.
I do think she fucks.
She should fuck.
Yeah, I think she fucks.
How old is your
definitely
mom
fucks.
these
Right.
days?
My mom is now 63.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's like post-menopause, so I don't know if they still...
Right.
Yeah.
May God.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
I know it
I'm
kinda
talking
dri-
like I fucking know.
It
but-
dries you up a little bit. Like one
Yeah.
time I opened her iPad and the Google search was like post-menopause sex hurts.
Oh, that sucks, dude. Okay, so she should get Babeland
She has so
lube.
many
It's the best.
UTI
It's
meds.
water-based.
Yeah,
I
she's
took a
so,
shower in her.
so many UTI meds, so many panty liners. She's always leaking piss. You know what I mean?
It, you know,
But she's
it
been
doesn't
leaking
get easier
piss for a
women.
while.
Yeah.
I almost took a few. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
So Stewart, you went to her mom's Maddie's
yeah, and
mom's
so
wedding.
the wedding. Yeah, so
and
this
you
is after
came
a
away
million
with
guys.
a little goodie bag.
I know a lot about Maddie's mom. I don't think she particularly likes me or responds to me
She's
well.
weird, like-
but she's fine.
She's been weird lately.
Yeah.
She doesn't like your best friend?
Well,
She
my
likes
mom,
me. She
once
just doesn't really like.
once she started
Talk to
dating
you?
this current guy, the current guy is so rich that my mom has kind of been cosplaying as a suburban housewife.
Oh,
Right.
so she's like, I don't talk to
Yeah,
younger people.
she's been very trad, very like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They bought like a 4-bedroom house together, and then it has like
Indoor
home,
pool.
Home means love,
Oh.
and like the
Indoor-
kids have
whoa.
never lived there.
Indoor
There's
pool?
an indoor
Yeah.
pool.
Oh, what's the point? Get an outdoor
No,
pool.
I know.
whatever.
Trust me.
Wow, that's
like it,
that's some
but
rich shit.
it's rich.
I mean, you could swim in the winter. That's incredible. I had a friend at indoor pool, but it was like a white trash house. So it was like
Yeah.
the one shitty house in a nice neighborhood, but it was like a water boy's house in that movie. That's
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I went to the wedding, and I feel bad saying, but basically, Maddie's mom's husband, now husband, is in a Grateful Dead cover band.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
this
I-
keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they play in the basement. So he has friends
He has
age
this
35
huge-
to 70.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy in the band who's like can't hear and he's the bassist.
Yeah.
But then there's a guy named
yeah.
Jonathan who's like closer to our age. So it's like a big mix.
It's a big mix,
But
and
they
it's all
are
these-
Skip's friends.
Yeah, so they're technically the mom's friends. So
what's
they,
okay?
Go ahead.
I don't
I
know
don't
what
wanna
the
ask
name
how
of the
to-
band is.
Yeah.
I think they just
they just jam. I think
okay.
we were the first live audience.
Yeah,
At
but they
the
were pretty
wedding?
good.
No, at the day after.
No,
we'll,
the day-
we'll tell you
tell you.
everything.
We'll
It's
tell you.
hilarious, actually. I was dying.
It's actually a hilarious story that has now ended up and ruining my life. Anyway, so basically, we get to the wedding. We're like, it's all old people there.
we're
I'm sort
dressed
of
like whores.
I'm dressed like
Stewart's
a
boob tape did not work.
I had a boob tape, insane boob tape drama. Could not. Basically, I thought boob tape would just like put my boobs are pretty big.
Yeah.
I thought could just go like this.
It
and
doesn't
would,
lift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't lift.
I learned
I've
that
tried.
the hard
It's
way.
for like little titty bitches.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah.
little titty bitches. I did not realize that. So I'm like literally seconds before the wedding started, I'm like crying because you know when you're like stressed and getting ready and your makeup's like, and Maddie's like, we need to go, and I'm like, I can't. I have like 4 girls like trying to like
Four.
tape up my boobs. I'm like, whatever.
Our friend Dina's like, she'll be right down.
Yeah, I'm acting like it's my wedding. I'm freaking out.
My boyfriend is there just on his phone. I'm like, "Ugh, drama.
Yeah, I know. He was like annoyed with me, but I was like, you guys go without me.
It's 4 minutes away. I'm like, we're waiting.
I'll meet you there, I guess.
Anyways, I had a lot of drama. My boobs. So then I couldn't wear a bra. So basically, my boobs were like out at this wedding.
And it was like the dress, like it was like one of those dress, like the material, like it like went like this, so it didn't matter. What was the material?
it was like silk.
It was like a scoop neck silk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it your titties.
Yeah,
bounce.
some bouncage. Yeah.
So you can tell you weren't wearing a bra.
Yes, 100.
If you were like talking one on one, you'd be like, she's not wearing a bra.
So it was like Kate Upton in that video
You
where
could
she's like
see
bouncing
this-
up and down, kind of.
100%,
Yeah,
except
yeah,
for I don't look like Kate Upton. So it's more like the boobs were going, like her boobs go like this, and mine were like,
Yeah.
woo, whatever. So we get there, we're like, are there any hot guys here? Obviously. Yeah. We were like, yeah. So we're looking around, there was one hot guy. He was tall. Turns out he was married to an ugly girl. No offense. But
Good for that girl. Good for that lady.
Our friend Caroline goes, she's a dog.
she's dumb. Caroline never says mean things.
I like that you said she was ugly. No offense.
So he's out.
I mean, when you want to fuck the guy, their girlfriend's always ugly.
Yeah, but
know.
yeah, that's
I know.
true. No, but this
But
one
she was actually- like, he
definitely
was
No,
more
every
attractive.
now and then I'm like, okay, you did great. That's better than me.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes I look at the girlfriend and I go, I'm not even
I'm
going
not
to try.
competing with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Not even going to
Not
attempt
even gonna
anything
try.
here.
And to
No,
answer
there's-
your question, is he attractive? It was wedding in Rochester
Wedding in
attractive.
yeah.
Like,
Ooh, that's
who are
rough.
the only, like,
Right.
kind of.
Yeah.
We're lowering
You know,
our
you
standards.
know when you're at a wedding and you're like, "Ooh,
You
This is
bend
like
over
when I
it.
used to like in high school, I would pick a hot guy in every class. It wasn't actually a hot guy; it was just the hottest guy in that class because you need something in the space to keep you
to look at and to be like, oh, I need to look good for that class. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Exactly. So I end up going outside to take a picture of the sunset and vape.
Yeah.
So romantic.
And vape.
I'm inside, like actively getting blackout.
And the hot guy was out there with his friend. We're all talking. We're like lolling. I sort of hit it off with the friend. And he's like, oh, I'm in the Grateful Dead cover band. I'm like, oh my God, I'm being so
That's
flirty. My boobs are
amazing.
out. I'm like, that's amazing. I'm like, I love the Dead. I went to see them.
I love the Dead.
She like, I went to see him with her ex-boyfriend who 20 minutes ago, we were like, we hate concerts. But she meets this guy and she's like, yeah, we love it.
I'm like, I love it. The music guys think I don't know. They think I like music too.
You
or
can use the
something.
references from old boyfriends to impress potential new boyfriends.
Yeah,
And
of
it's like, well, at least I
Exactly.
get something out of
I know.
it.
Exactly.
You know, you learn a lot.
Collateral.
You learn a lot from men, like guided by
Oh, yeah.
voices,
Yeah.
lyrics. And that's about it. Anyways, I sort of hit it off with this guy, but then it like, I don't really remember. And then like we kind of all got caught up in the wedding. And I kept saying to everyone all night, I was like, I kind of hit it off with this one guy. And everyone's like, no, he's married. And I'm like, no, not the hot one. It was his friend. But no one was listening to me. Everyone was being
We were
like
acting
drunk
like
and
banshees, yeah.
banshees, and everything was crazy. The next day we have to go to a wedding brunch. Okay.
So next day, my mom does a whole thing at her house. Everyone's
be
coming to the
doing
house
that.
for catering.
These day after wedding
People be-
brunches need to end. I right here and right now. Stop
Agreed.
it.
It's too much.
Stop it. We're not Indian.
I
We
don't
don't need a
need-
whole fucking week.
Literally, my
Exactly.
mom was
Indian,
acting
like
like
I
it
wanna
was
go
the
to an Indian
Wally.
wedding.
White people are appropriating Indian
I
culture
agree.
by doing week-long weddings now. And
I
it has
agree.
to
Also,
end.
white people
And
are
the
getting-
irony was there was pulled pork. I'm like,
And
even
white people
act.
are like blacking out, and then you have to see the people you just blacked
Yeah.
out in front
we
of.
just blacked out, had the best night of our lives. We get to brunch. Everyone in my family was like, how are you girls
How are
feeling?
you girls feeling?
Oh, shut up. I black out every week. Don't even act like it was
Are you better than me? You think you're better
Yeah,
than me,
you think you're
Steve?
better than me? Fuck you.
Yeah.
So we pull up to the. And I had an inside joke with the guy about. He was like. I was like, "Are you going to the barbecue thing tomorrow?" And he was like, "Oh, I like didn't get invited, but we
got
want our
him
band to
in.
play." So I was like joking with him all night, like, "I'm gonna sneak you in,
You're booked.
like you're booked, like I'm gonna sneak you in, blah blah blah, all this stuff." I really hope he never listens to this.
He
Anyways,
won't, dude. He lives in a basement. Keep going.
Anyways, yeah, he lives in a basement. Anyway, so the next day we pull up at the brunch. There's a motorcycle outside. And I've been really like wanting to be on a motorcycle lately. It's
Like,
really
yeah.
been-
Like multiple times, Stuart's been like, I need to be on a motorcycle.
I'm trying
Wow.
to. It's just something I'm like manifesting for my life.
Right.
Like
I
just,
really wanted to be on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Call Lev Fur.
no, not
Not
Lev.
in that way. Not in that way.
Not like not anyone. I'm like Lev's the only one, so I'm manifesting outside of Lev.
Right.
Like a hot guy's motorcycle that you could potentially
Yeah.
date,
We're,
Yes.
we're all manifesting outside of Lev.
including Lev.
Also, I wanted a motorcycle before Lev did. Anyways, so I think. Anyways,
So we get to the
a
brunch.
motorcycle's there. I'm like, oh my god, a motorcycle! I'm getting on that. Little do we know, it's that guy.
It's the guy. It's
The hot guy's
It's
friend.
that guy. We go into the house. Music is like gorgeously blasting from like every orifice, and I thought it was literally.
I thought it was a recording.
a recording.
And turns out
live band downstairs, practicing. So we go downstairs, and the guy. I was like, "That's the guy I was talking about."
and
Everyone's
he's
like,
sitting like
he's sitting like
he sees
he's like.
Oh, he's like affected by
really
your
into
presence.
it.
I think we do
I think
Magnolia
he like brought
Life.
the motorcycle to impress
I think
me.
so,
Like
too.
I think he
I
like
think so,
knew I
too.
was there. Anyways, he also like
100%.
has red hair. Anyways, so
we were watching
So do
the
you
band
guys,
and we were like,
but ginger ladies are different than ginger fellas.
Yes.
Exactly.
But there are some real hot guys
Yes.
with red
Yeah.
hair that I'm like, Jesus
there are some.
Christ.
You either have to be like super. There's not really a lot of mids.
I know Ed Sheeran is so hot. Keep going.
He's a mid, or a low.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're like lolling. We're like he like takes off his hat at one point. Like
Stuart's like, hi, and he's what is it? He was like, come sing.
he was like, "Come sing." I'm like, "No."
We're like,
Are you a good
No.
singer?
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, but I
yes.
would never.
Amazing.
But I was not gonna sing. Like
He's like getting red, like looking
yeah,
at
he
Stuart.
was like trying to. Yeah.
He was
Anyways,
like his foot was like.
yeah.
You could say everything he's saying is through the lens of Stuart now that he knows that she's there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wow.
then we end up leaving. We all go to the pool. I get on Instagram. He's followed me on Instagram already. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay. Then we
Got him.
all kind of, here's where we fucked up. We were all like giggly and being crazy. And then they basically were like, oh my God, And then we like asked Maddy's new stepdad about him. Turns out he's like 3 weeks out of a divorce.
8 days, I thought.
Like 8 days or something.
I don't know. No, not even out of a divorce.
8 days.
Broken up.
Like broken, not
up.
even out of the divorce.
Not even just like she was supposed to come to the wedding.
I don't even. Isn't separated legal?
No, separated is the
Divorce
period
is
when you
illegal.
decide when you're deciding if you want to get divorced.
They like broke up. He told Skip like my mom's husband. He told him 7 days before the wedding. Oh, I'm not bringing her.
Wow.
So he's like fresh.
It's fresh.
He's aching for some new.
It's fresh.
And this is in not New York City, so this guy is not around like young cute girls.
No.
Well, so you would really have to take like so if because like they might get back together. So now in this separation period, you have to go buck wild.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And what if he realizes how much money he has to pay if they get divorced?
Because he
And
does
he's
have a lot of
"Let's
money.
stay." Yeah.
Oh,
He's rich.
And I
She's
love
a teacher.
when someone has a lot of money.
What? A teacher and he's rich?
He's rich. She's a teacher.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He's rich. But
did
anyway.
you just say? Did you just interject? I like when someone has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Was that which I liked? Okay,
Yeah.
that was a good one. Thank you for that
That's
contribution.
a really important quality for me in a man.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what we were talking about earlier, what else do they really
You're gonna get
have?
something out of the business deal for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And I would like to have a lot of money too someday.
Right.
And
Hell
not
yeah.
really work as hard as maybe a man would.
Right.
Or
Right.
Corinne.
Right.
But
Basically a man.
or Corinne or Maddy. So then we like start flirting. I'm like, this is crazy. And we got too giggly and we were like, this is hilarious. Blah, blah,
we were-
blah,
yeah.
blah. Basically, I end up going on a date with him that night. He like
Basically, what do you? Okay.
He leaves
like-
the brunch. And
he
then,
leaves the brunch and then he like comes back to like he like messages me on Instagram. Maddy's stepdad gets involved, gives me this big speech like all he wants is to be loved. We find out the wife was a bitch, all this stuff. Which I'm like now that
We think
Now I'm
think
like-
she's raising 3 kids alone, and he's out there on a
Okay.
motorcycle.
And he's out here on a motorcycle.
and being like, she doesn't say I love you back, probably because you treat her like
awful,
shit, and then you
yeah.
come up at the end of it, oh, you know I love you, and she's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah,
Right.
there's always a reason why the quote wife is a bitch.
I know.
or
Yeah.
the wife is crazy.
Yeah,
3 kids.
exactly.
Yeah.
3
Exactly.
kids, and you're doing Grateful Dead band every night. I had one
No,
sister,
sir.
and we had activities every night.
Exactly.
So that's how I feel with the men and the when they're like my wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I really
What
hope
do
he
you
doesn't
do?
listen to this. Anyway, so
I hope he does. Learn a thing or two,
no,
honestly.
he needs to learn some things. So we go on this like date. He like comes
Is
to
this
me
story
up.
too long? Are you guys on the edge of your seat?
I like it.
Okay.
I'm
all right.
almost done. I'm almost done. Oh, sorry. I am telling it long.
No, but it is funny.
I tell long stories. I'm sorry. So
It's a girl podcast. It's fine.
It's an FDR
Women,
fireside chat.
we're going on the like little date. The wife's like calls him on the date. Like her
it
name
comes up
pops
on the-
up.
Is it in as wife or is it in as the
It's
name?
in
her
as
name.
Okay, well, that now we know that they're separated.
Yeah.
A real couple would have like wifey.
Wifey.
Right.
Nope. It says
Right.
Baba.
It says their full legal name.
Yeah.
Literally.
name.
And he's like, see, blah, blah. But then like
See,
the date
she
was
could-
fun.
yeah.
It was like normal. He was like, he brought me back. Then there was,
You came back. I was blackout again.
everyone was blackout
and
when
we
we
were
came back.
LOLing.
Where did you go on this date?
Like to a
literally,
bar in
like
the
suburban
neighborhood.
bar.
okay.
By
in
the
the town
way,
that my
he's
parents live
dead
in.
sober. I am like
Sober.
3 sheets to the wind.
Okay.
So I'm like, ooh, this is crazy. Okay. He's like, I'm just so you know I'm sober. Anyways, okay, another red flag. So then basically he's like, I want to come visit you in New York. I'm like, yeah, whatever. This week he starts like, first of all, I stalk him like on Instagram.
You stalk him?
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm seeing everything, y'all. I'm seeing Easter photos. I'm seeing first grade. I'm seeing
yeah,
second
yeah.
grade. I'm seeing the wife's gums that were huge. I'm seeing like everything. And I'm like, oh my God, this is too much.
Yes.
Then he's like, let's talk. Anyways, he ends up coming to New York like that next week.
Does he give you a heads up? Or is he like,
he
I'm
did.
here?
He kept being like, I want to plan a trip to see you.
It basically got way out of control.
Whoa.
It went
was
from like a wedding funny thing to like, I'm coming down.
This is very much
That's
something
happened
I would
before.
do.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
is very much something I would do.
Yes,
yeah.
and it got way out of control. I had a full panic attack because I was like, how did we
wind
didn't,
up here?
You were just bored for the night and he's creating a new life with you.
Yes.
And this, I do this a lot.
That happened to
Yes.
me once,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was like,
And
no,
you
no.
do this or you
No, yeah.
you get it done to you?
Well, I'm the you in this scenario.
Yes.
I know I've never been the other guy.
Right, I was like, wait.
Nutcase.
I want to come down.
It's a crazy person.
No, this happens like, and he totally invented this like fake personality for me, and I was my full self. I was like, I'm
'Cause you didn't
negative,
care.
I'm rude,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
this,
yeah.
I like the Kardashians, like I, whatever. I was like very like straight up. I'm materialistic, blah, 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 all this stuff. And
Really trying to.
say, like, you don't like me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
challenge
it turns
accepted.
into this whole thing. He's like, then the next day he thought we were hanging out. I said multiple times, I have to work.
He wanted to go to Harry Potter, Central
Then
Park,
he texted me,
bikes in
let's
Central
ride
Park.
bikes in Central Park. I'm like, what part of my personality?
Yeah.
I told you I wasn't
Watch the
enchanted with New York.
Kardashians. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
enchanted with New York.
Yes.
I hate everybody. I
Yes.
don't like my career.
I don't like any of that. That's what I said multiple times. And anyways, it just turned into a whole thing. Then he called me last week, accused me of ghosting him. I am sort of slow ghosting. It became a whole thing. And now
You
I
had
just
like
wish.
one date though. That's not even really ghosting.
That's not a
That's
ghost.
how I
I
feel.
know.
Yeah.
I know. I
You
That's
don't
how I
even
feel.
live close at all.
I know.
And he was sending me these emotional. It was a whole. It was
Wow.
a whole.
So he didn't
thing.
stay with you when
No,
he was
no,
in
no,
your
no.
Thank
Hotel.
God.
No,
He
we
had
got
a
a
hotel.
nice hotel.
Oh, because he
thank
has money.
God.
Okay,
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
good,
rich.
good.
Yes.
Thank God. No. He can't stay. I live with like 4 gay guys, and
yeah.
he's 42.
Sweet.
Yeah.
With 3 children.
Three
Oh.
children.
It's like a grown
Yeah.
person.
He's
Yeah.
like a real person.
So he flew down. They went out. And I said,
Wow. You
Oh
did
yeah,
it?
we had sex. He
Was it
told me he
good?
had a vasectomy right after. I was like,
Right
that's
after?
weird.
Yeah.
Oh, you usually say that beforehand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did
I
he
was
ask, like, did you have the conversation like, when were you last tested? Or like,
no, because who else
You're
is
not
he having
lame.
sex with?
No.
The wife?
You never know.
maybe? I don't know. He's got a motorcycle
I'm kind of
now.
stupid with that kind of stuff.
But also
Yeah.
the STI test was just living in Rochester, I think.
I
Yeah.
think that's,
Yeah,
that's what we say.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Chlamydia
Anyways,
max.
I've said way too
Yeah.
much, but
So
that's my life.
long story short, a few, yeah, seriously, a few lessons here.
Recap by Maddy.
While a wedding fling should stay to the wedding.
Yes.
Within
Yes.
the confines of the wedding. Because
It's
it's like,
fleeting.
oh, I know them, you know them. Ha ha he he. Romance is in the air.
It should never go
Motorcycle.
further.
It should have ended at the date, I
Should have
think.
ended at the
Yeah.
at that day. Yeah,
And a guy with multiple kids.
yeah, no.
Who gets annoyed when his wife, the mother of his 3 children, is calling him? Like, that's not.
I'm like, baby, you
I don't
snuck
like
out of the
that.
house.
Yeah,
to
where
bang a 30-year-old. I almost said I was 20.
I know, we act like we're
daddy.
so young.
29.
We act like we're
I
so
wasn't
young.
29. Anyways, that was crazy.
Yeah, so
That's
that
fun.
was like pretty much the highlight of my mom's wedding.
That was the highlight. But then it had emotional damages for me as well. Also, I talked to a lot of girls after this, and they were like, "You got to be careful with like the divorced guys that get obsessed with you. Like it
Really?
happens a lot, apparently."
Well, because they're
Really?
so used to being in this structure of marriage and they
Yeah.
can't go without it. That's why men get remarried really quickly.
Yeah,
Yes, they do.
yeah.
They love getting remarried.
Yes,
yeah,
they do.
Yeah. So I was like, I was just shocked. I would think you wouldn't want it. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta vasectomy,
give me a
chill,
second.
bro. Give
Yeah.
me a second.
Yeah, so it turned from us being like flirty banshees into
We were
like
being
get this guy
banshees.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abort.
So now I'm back off. Now I'm back like never speaking to a man for at least a few months.
Yeah.
And what does
Yeah.
that look like for you when you're not speaking to a man? Like, are you actually not
I am
DMing flirty?
chilling.
Are you really? How are you? Because it seems like you need to wrangle yourself.
Well, no, well, that's what I'm wrangling now.
Because I don't believe you when you say that.
Well, here we go, Corinne. Let me tell you. I'm flirting
it.
out in the public, but here's what I'm doing. I'm not
Yeah,
drinking
I
right
knew
now.
it.
I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
drinking right
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
and that helps a lot.
And that started like 3 days ago.
Something about
I've been like
3
a
days
week.
sober.
Yeah,
Hold
true,
it
true,
up.
true.
Hold it up.
I've been like a week, and when I'm not
How
drinking,
much were
then
you
I'm not-
drinking previously, though?
A lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
okay.
I think between my mom's wedding and like
I
my
had, like,
birthday,
a
we got
lot of
fucked
weddings
up
back
a lot.
to back.
Do you
Yeah.
black out too, like Maddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how many drinks?
A lot.
It's
Wow.
usually when
I don't fully black out, actually.
Oh, so you brown out, probably.
brown out.
I
Yeah.
black out.
I've been drinking a ton since I was like young, so it just happens.
Yeah, college.
Arkansas.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you blacked out a lot. You drank a lot in college.
In college,
and I
I've
did
always
too.
just drank a lot, kind of.
There's also something about alcohol that really does kind of just make you want to fuck because you're like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
You're being so like
Just
flirty
fuck it.
and
I have
crazy.
a body, let's
and, like,
fuck.
Yeah.
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 But about a year ago, I said I'm not letting men into my bedroom ever.
I was just thinking about that today. I was like, I've had sex with several people this year, but none of them have been allowed in my house.
Yes.
And that's because I didn't like any of them.
You have to
good.
keep. I think you should keep the house.
The house
I
is
have
only
a-
for people I like.
Yeah, so I think maybe a little boundary like that. Because
Yeah.
it's hard to be like, I'm not going to, no
Also,
man,
when
no
you're
man,
at the
no man.
guy's house, you can leave whenever you want. There's like
Exactly.
a freedom to that.
No, I've been basically for like a year now. Been no men in my bedroom
Nice.
for sure.
Yeah.
Good cheat.
Bedroom is for boyfriend.
Yeah,
Or for people you really like.
Yeah.
I agree with that because you don't want their energy.
I don't need the energy.
You can get their energy all over their stuff, but I don't want their energy on my stuff.
I mean, they should be so
great.
lucky to have your energy on their stuff.
Right.
When I first moved into my apartment alone, there was no men there for a while.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Long time.
I think it's a smart move for ladies.
Yeah.
To keep male energy out of there.
Just to be like goofy and weird in yourself.
Yeah.
Maddie, you were saying that you don't like the honeymoon stage of a relationship.
Oh, hate it.
What do you hate about it?
You know what? I think it's because I dated a guy last year who ruined my life.
Oh, that's a big one.
It was you.
What
No, I'm
happened?
kidding.
You just give me 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh my God, this flies by so quickly.
I know. I told a 75-minute story.
Over, it's okay.
I don't like the honeymoon phase. It freaks me out. I'm like, who are you? I need to see you in a
makes you
year
very
and a half.
anxious.
It makes me super anxious because I do have anxious attachment, which I'm working on.
Yeah, it's
and
a
then
journey.
the guy I dated last year did the love bomb turn on you thing. So I have intense paranoia when it comes to men and what they're putting on at the beginning versus who they actually are.
Yeah. What did
had
his turn look like? That
it
person's
looked
turn.
like you can do no wrong in my eyes. I adore you. Everything you do is awesome. I'm obsessed with you. Into like one concern came up and he was like, well, you made me get into this relationship. And the other thing is, oh, and by the way, when I came to visit you in New York, all you did was go, go, go. It like everything, every time there was a conflict.
All you did was go, go, go.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
bitch.
Yeah. And all you do is nothing.
Right.
So it was a kind of person that like changed my psyche in terms of men.
Yeah.
My last boyfriend, I love that. I love that first part, but that really hurt how I feel about that initial part because they can be the way his personality switched and Stewart saw it all. It was just
It's
like
nice to have
so
a witness
terrifying.
to that because that something like that does can easily make you a person feel crazy and it's
Crazy
like when you
making.
feel like
I
your
felt
brain
crazy.
isn't good.
All the girls felt crazy.
Well, it seems like that guy
Wow.
might have a personality disorder.
Yeah, he
or
has a
something.
personality
He's on
disorder.
meds now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently.
Allegedly, but
Allegedly.
it really makes you think about
Only
like
matters.
what they're saying and like makes you not fall so hard for the next person that comes around. And it sucks for that guy because they could be super genuine.
Yeah.
But it's not that you're like being mean. You're just like, okay, we'll see if
But
it's
everything
we'll
should
see if-
happen a little slow.
A little slow.
It shouldn't go like full.
I agree.
The way love bombing happens.
Yes. And it was so
I hate
like
how good it feels though.
I know.
And then it feels so bad.
It was so severe.
take it away.
So severe the way he flipped everything on me.
Yeah.
And I had no idea I was ever doing anything wrong in his eyes.
Who ended it? You or him?
It was kind of like I confronted him about him like being rude and distant. He freaked out on me and then we never talked again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She basically just like stopped accepting the behavior.
What are you doing? He had no explanation for his actions.
Not really. He's such a personality disorder where he didn't even know what his actions were. It was like dating
He
the
had, like, a
Tasmanian
mental
devil.
breakdown,
Yeah.
basically.
Mental breakdown. And I do think he was like the definition of a narcissist. And I know we throw that around a lot.
Yeah.
But,
But a lot
it
of
was like
people have,
very
like-
textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you read a book about it and you're like, that's exactly
Yeah.
who like my mom or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, because he would have no idea. Like he would scream at me, and then like 5 minutes later, buy me candy from the gas station and be like, "Hey, I got this." It made me think of
So
you.
confusing.
As if I would be not rattled to my core
Right. He was
by you
also
telling
so
me to shut
public-
the fuck up.
Well, that's just like a
and then when
kind
he
of classic
sees
abuse.
Yeah.
when he sees
it
the
was like narcissistic
reflection
abuse.
of his anger in
Yes.
your eyes, he thinks it's your problem.
Yeah,
that's
and
a fucking
they're
wild
so
ride.
full of shame.
Yeah.
that for you to bring up the next day, like, hey, or I would bring up something the next day, and I'd be like, hey, you actually, and he was like, I thought we talked about this. I thought we were done with this, and then he'd say something like, well, you know, I think this is moving too fast. But he was the one who made it move fast.
Right.
So he was the one who moved it forward. And then, but I felt like I took the blame
Yeah.
for,
Oh, boy.
for being in on it.
Yeah.
So it was like such a whirlwind.
I am glad we're talking about like this type of behavior though, because now it's like in 10 years time, that's just not gonna
I know.
fly.
I'm glad the girls
Yeah.
are
because
talking.
we are talking.
The girls
And a
are
lot of the
talking.
TikTok girls are talking about it too.
Yeah,
Good,
the TikTok girls are
good.
talking.
Gotta arm yourself with information.
Oh my God, I know. Dude, he screamed at me.
He was
And it's like,
crazy.
did you know
at
that
me.
that could even happen in a relationship?
No.
Or like, yeah.
No,
So
I
it's
was
like,
rooting for him. I was
we
like,
were rooting for him, and
They're charming as hell.
I thought it was like
I
a
was like,
chemistry
like
thing.
him.
I thought I was blaming my ex-boyfriend. I was like, "You are so boring," and that's why we never had blow-up fights.
Yeah.
So when this guy screamed at me, I was like, "It's because he loves me."
Fireworks.
3 weeks in, I'm like, "It's because he loves me."
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But even if you're having a blow up fight, it should be like you're yelling at each other, not
Yes.
you're being yelled at like you're a child.
Yeah, and
And
by
you-
blow
and
up
it came
fight,
out
I
of
mean him
nowhere.
screaming at me
Yeah.
and me trying to de-escalate.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
it was
not
the
the
sort of thing
same.
where you could feel him getting mad, and now he's like, "Oh my god, it's happening now."
No, that's so unpleasant.
insane.
Yeah.
anxiety.
Oh my god, that's one. Stuart was. Remember, I gave him a birthday present,
Oh my.
and he like made it a show of kind of like ignoring the gift, like never kind of thanked me.
Oh my god.
He didn't answer
what
calls.
mine
Didn't answer calls. Like I knew he got the gift because he was a Nashville comedian, and so my friend gave him the gift, so I knew he got it.
Yeah.
And full day goes by, nothing. I'm like, hey. Then I had to call him and be like,
On his
hey.
birthday.
And he was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Sounds like something's wrong. Like almost like poking me. Reactive abuse is that's what they call it. Yeah. And then he's like, I can't fucking believe you're doing this right now. On my birthday, the only fucking day that I get that I don't have to be on my fucking
My
phone.
family does this
that I can hang out with
too,
my
and blah,
friends.
blah.
I can't fucking believe. And then I
she
have to
texted
hang
me
up
this
before I say something really mean right now. And all I said was like, I wish that we could have talked on your birthday because I think you're my boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I said.
Dear God.
And then in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm right. And he kept being, you see how you're making my birthday about you? Like that. And then you turn crazy. You're like, you're right. I am a manipulator. I am. I should not have expected anything in return. His whole thing was like, you gave me a gift and you expected something in return.
A phone call.
An
from your
acknowledgement.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
It was shocking to watch because this is what pisses me off. Smart, don't fuck up with the smart girls. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, even like you
Anyone, don't fuck with
just
anyone,
any
sorry.
photo
But
it's wild.
with
But I'm
like,
like, it was
like a thumbs
weird.
up or something.
Something.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my
Nothing.
God, so cute. Thanks,
Nothing.
call, like,
2
call you
p.m. the next
later.
day, my nervous system is rattling in its shell.
Because you're
Yes.
excited about it.
Yep.
I also think it's like it was a big intimidation issue with like, I
Yeah.
don't think he liked that you made more money than him.
Yeah.
I think it was just like a big like.
That you were in
He
a
doesn't-
city where comedy's actually happening.
Happening.
And we would talk, and I'd be like, "Oh, I saw my friend Mike Rowland." He'd be like, "Did you fuck him?"
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Jesus.
Just so
Yeah.
And the
stuff I
that's-
never dealt with before.
That's interesting what you said. Reactive abuse.
Yeah.
What can you explain that? That's I've not heard that term, but I
It would be the sort of thing where, and I think he kind of went crazy because I didn't give in to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I noticed, like after one of our one time he blew up on me, he like muted me on Instagram.
How did you know?
Because he wasn't like watching.
'Cause
my
he wasn't watching the
stories.
stories.
Like there was this whole thing, or like. Stuff like I know we sound crazy, but it was like
No, I
stuff
mean,
like that.
it's
Or he
what
would
people do.
post like stuff on his stories that like he posted a picture of a hot girl and was like need. He captioned need. I need this. And I think that sort of stuff poking so that I could be like, what is that? What do you think? Like so then he could be you think you can control me?
right
Stuff like that.
yelling at you for having
Yes.
a natural reaction.
I
to
forgot
something.
that he stopped watching your show.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was a whole
So
thing.
many fire, of course.
Yep, so many things.
Oh my God.
But then you'd call and he'd be so nice and normal.
Oh Jesus.
And it was all sorts of little poking.
And
Speaking of gifts, okay, so Maddy, I've actually had this for you. It's not a gift that I bought for you. It's something that I bought for myself, but then I've never touched it. I opened it, I looked at it, I never wore it, and you're really the only person I could think of who could get any use out of this.
I'm so nervous.
I brought it here today. So I was. This is so stupid.
It looks very stringy.
condom.
Yeah.
It looks very
I'm scared
stringy.
it's a Confederate flag
Honestly,
bikini.
no.
Hilarious.
Honestly-
You know my audience, right?
Honestly, Maddy, you could just use it. Like, I thought you could use it for like one funny Instagram post,
Okay,
like Maddy with the
absolutely.
fatty or
Maddy with the
something.
fatty, yeah.
But like, you're literally. So I was very briefly dating someone who liked the Buffalo Bills.
Hilarious.
And so I bought this literally handmade custom string bikini.
Talking
And
about
then-
form fitting to guys based on
Yes,
this.
yes. And then,
I've never seen Corinne talk about sports.
This is exactly
Except for baseball cards.
This is exactly what happened. So after I received it. I was still in bless you. I was
Bless you.
still
Bless you.
on good terms with this person, but I received it in the mail and I looked at it and I was like, this person doesn't deserve you getting into this. I was like, what? Because I ordered it when I was in the
who's gonna like that.
excited honeymoon phase.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun. This is going to be so hot. This is going to be so cool. So I got this on Etsy and then I was like, absolutely not. And I just put it away
Hilarious.
and I was going to donate it. And I was like, no. I was like, Maddy needs this.
Yes.
I was
Are you
like, Maddy
Buffalo
needs
Bills
this.
fan?
I'm a bit, yeah, and
she's from,
and dating a guy who we watched the games together.
And it's
So
literally
maybe,
like,
show it.
never
And there's
touched
a game
my
on-
body,
oh my-
completely
it's
new.
so small. Oh my God.
handmade.
It's tiny.
No, it'll fit you. Well, it'll fit you.
Tiny
Corinne,
gal.
this is a Barbie's clothes.
This
is close for
It'll
my
fit you.
nipple is bigger than
Medium.
this.
Your nipple's
Those-
bigger than that?
A medium and
But that it's meant to
I'm
be the
Irish.
kind that only covers the areola. It's like
right.
It's
like
like a beach.
it's like an Emily Ratajkowski. This is
Yes.
hot.
Wait, Maddie, this is
Imagine
amazing.
I go. Okay, so
Eat my
we're watching the
Buffalo
game
Bill
together on
pussy.
Sunday.
pussy,
You wanna eat my
My
little
pussy is so tiny. I feel like my lips will fall out of this, but my man is gonna love this. I think I'm not gonna tell him, and then maybe on
Just come in with a plate of wings.
yes, a plate of
I
wings.
just
And
wanted it to have a
celery.
good home because some woman on Etsy
Hilarious.
handmade this.
Maddie, this
I
is amazing.
love it. I love it. I'm gonna show up in a robe on Sunday and be
Like
like,
an
hey,
oversized
hey.
sweatsuit with
Yes,
that underneath
yes, and be like,
And then you just unzip
and
it
be like, oh,
down.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling really warm.
Yes, I
he's like,
wanted this. This is a life that
I
was
think you just-
destined for this piece.
This is hilarious.
I think you show up in
Look
fur
at my
coat.
fucking tits. They're
That'll be so
long.
hot though. That'll look so
Yeah,
good. I
your
can
t-
tell through
yeah.
your shirt that it's gonna look great.
Yeah,
Really?
it's gonna
Look
look
at my
great.
tits. They're
Yeah, but
so
your
long.
titties are gonna hang out of it, which is
I need
great.
boob tape.
Yeah, but you can tie it so that it lifts.
Yeah,
it.
you tie it. And
Yeah,
then, and
yeah.
then that's
Fine.
hot. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
this
you.
is teeny tiny.
Thank you.
This is fun. It's a bathing suit, right? Or is it just? Or is
No,
it
it's
more?
a underwear.
More just kind of.
You know what?
I don't think it is.
could be anything you
It can
want.
be anything I want. Yeah.
Yeah, who? You know,
I'm just thinking of like
if it gets too
if
wet,
you go on a road gig and there's a pool.
try it. You're not gonna damage it. I'm sure you could.
No,
you
I don't
could
think
use
so
that.
either. This
Go
is-
to a
thank you
sex
so
club and there's
much.
a pool, you could definitely wear that. Yeah, those are
Wow.
tiny titties. Titties.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
that is
Triangles, but-
insane.
It's no, it's
actually.
literally it's meant for it to be
Just
hot.
that.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not like
hilarious.
They didn't think like that. My breasts were that size.
Yeah, I know. This is fun.
falling out.
Yeah.
Tiny little pussy.
Throw me the ball. Throw me the ball.
Interception.
Wait, is he on our team?
What's the guy's
What's a
name that's on there?
touchdown?
Josh.
Josh, go Josh Allen.
Josh
Gabe
Allen.
Davis, you're so good.
It's so funny.
My man and I watch all the Bills games together, so this is perfect.
Yeah, y'all watched it last night.
Yeah, we watched it
That
last
is
night.
perfect.
wow.
Beat the Giants.
That's
Peace.
perfect.
We have to wrap soon, but do you want to do?
Yes, one question before we get to Love Bucket. We what we started out on was you guys share location, and this was a big achievement
For me.
for Stewart.
I feel like you shared with me earlier because I think I went to share with you, and I was like, "Oh, I know where she is."
I've been trying to get your location for like 2 years.
Wow.
And you've just not really, I don't know what happened.
Have you asked for it?
I think I've like
'Cause you gotta,
sent
like,
it
allow.
back. Well, because, okay, I do realize that a location is like an invasion of privacy.
Well, if you choose to share,
I think I didn't even know the tech was there.
Yeah.
I think it was more so that.
you tricked Maddy into giving.
I basically
you her
did.
location.
Yeah, so basically like I love to have locations. Like I just like I honestly
Like,
sit
oh,
at
what's
work.
I love
doing?
pulling up like Manhattan and being like, "Oh,
I
Tina's
look
there,
at the-
Stewart's."
It's like Sims. It's like
so
Sims.
cute.
And
Yeah,
then
that is
sometimes
cute.
and I'm actually the perfect person to give your location to because I'm not like that annoying person that's like you have to hang out with. I'm very much so like, okay,
you
you're
were here, but you're
you're
there.
home.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's more so just helpful if it's like if I know you're home, then I know you're asleep or something like
Right,
that.
true.
So, anyways, I think we sent it for a while ago, and then I didn't have it, but then Caroline had it.
Right.
And then I was like, I need her location.
Right.
And then basically, I just didn't say anything. This is how I solve all the problems in my life. I didn't say anything, and then I made a joke about it over text. I was like, Maddy refuses to share her location, with
And
me,
then I
you
did
shared
it. Boom. I thought it was on though. So
Do you have Stewart's location, Maddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you look at it?
I looked at it when she went
Aw.
on the date with the guy from the wedding.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
to make sure she. And then at one point, you guys were in some weird part of Brooklyn that looked like fucking Brownsville. I was like, I don't know what's going on
We
here.
were in Williamsburg, the
It
Doc
looked-
Martin store.
I love location.
upstate New York.
Wow.
Yeah. So I like locations, but
Do you do this with boyfriends?
You
though?
had
'Cause
you
like,
had
to
your
me, this is like
boyfriend, right?
if it's not a kid,
Stalkery.
it's crazy to me
Yes.
to share a location. Like I am just, but that's just who I am.
I know a lot of couples are doing that.
Yeah,
I would
they
never
are.
do that with my boyfriend. I want to not know where you
Yeah.
are.
it actually
Yeah.
made me really sad
Yeah.
for my
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend because he didn't leave the house a lot. And
Oh
it
my
cons-
god, yes, because when you guys had your first like about to break up remember the wedding?
Yeah, he didn't leave his house for like
And
2 days.
He was like he sat in the park. We watched his little sim in the park.
Oh, I didn't have him.
Remember at the
yes.
when he fucked
Oh,
up
my
at the
first
wedding?
boyfriend. Yeah,
Yes. So she had a thing where her boyfriend
His
got
location.
blackout at a wedding and talked to his ex for 8 hours in front of Stewart.
8 hours. What?
Wait, it was
disrespect me.
It was a
Krystyna.
wedding where his ex was present in
Yes.
physical form.
Yes.
Physical form.
First time they met, and he got blackout and talked to her for the entire night.
Did you try to talk to him?
I think we kind of did the.
was kinda, like,
I think you
ready to
kind of
be
did the
mad.
thing where you were like,
No, I did try to
you know,
talk
when
to
a
him. and I
guy
tried to,
who you're over does something bad.
Yeah, and you're kind of like, this makes it easier for me.
Yes,
You know, I have
let
a really
him do it.
concrete reason to break up with
And
him.
you also
always
kind of want to
looking
see
for-
like how far you're gonna go with this.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm always looking for reasons
I'm
Me
like,
too.
what did you do wrong?
Me too.
I'm like waiting.
The minute my boyfriend does something wrong, I'm like,
Right.
Yeah.
Then it's like he was out buying you a gift.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
But
did
yeah.
that. He spilled glass all over. He like broke glass. And
Oh, God, that was dark.
It was
Was
dark.
his ex-girlfriend drunk too?
Yeah, she was really drunk.
The whole
Wow.
night.
She
And
was
they went
actually,
to
like,
say hi to
obsessive.
her.
I was so nice
Hey,
to her.
what's
We were
up, girl?
lolling.
And they
And
went to
then-
multiple locations, still talking.
It was weird. They like
was
hadn't
weird.
talked in forever. But I also had like this like sort of like itch in my brain because you know when guys don't talk about their exes and then you're like that's
Something's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is also when I was younger, so I wasn't good at like I wasn't confident as much so then.
Yeah.
So I was
like
just
2
like
years ago.
She was younger. She was in her
28
20s.
is like a lot younger.
She was in her 20s.
I was 28 and I
years
thought I was a piece
young.
of shit.
Yeah.
But this girl was not cute or anything. But anyways, yeah. And then he talked to her for all night, and then I was just like, I was so upset the next day. It was drama.
And that was
but
the-
his friends were like comforting me. Like it was drama.
Yeah, it was
But it was
drama.
also a nice.
Did anybody
excuse.
go up to him and be like, bro, what are you doing?
Everyone was
dude?"
hammered.
Everyone was
Yeah.
hammered, and I think I did a few times, and then I was like, I'm not gonna embarrass.
Yeah, you're not
myself.
gonna like
Yeah.
yeah.
I also
see ya.
didn't want to be at the wedding. It was like his friend's wedding.
yeah. Yeah.
And I
Oh
was
my
like, I don't want
God.
to be here.
How
he
long were you
say-
guys dating for?
4 years.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
have an explanation?
He woke up and
And
had
at
no
least-
idea what happened.
Because
Yeah.
this is the ex.
No.
No. Oh,
This is
someone-
before.
Oh, okay. I was,
Yeah,
I was like, that
yeah.
was
Oh,
4
No,
years.
that was like
No.
nothing compared.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
That
was
was,
concerned. Okay.
She doesn't even know him either.
But
I can hear it.
She doesn't know
I
him.
do know him.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I also like that you think that we don't have a full video camera on you right now, Maddy.
You guys, I made some really bad dating mistakes.
Oh, I liked him.
No.
I thought he was cute.
He was-
Oh,
but
he's
that
so
was like
nice.
and
Yeah.
then the next day you guys came back to Greenpoint. You were in your apartment crying, and then he sat in the park. His location was in the park for like hours.
Did he get back with his ex though?
No,
Oh, okay.
There's a lot to talk
You
about.
know.
I know.
All right.
The ex followed me though, was liking all my stories. I was like,
What?
bitch,
Yeah.
bitch, I hate you.
It was it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. And then you guys stayed
But it
together
was
for
a
a few
good
months and then
excuse
broke
to get
up.
out. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Wow.
No, like one more month.
Yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
go.
Do you
guys
It
want
was
to
Yeah,
do the
too
love?
sorry.
much.
Yeah,
you
we
guys
said
want to
too
do the
much.
love bucket?
Yes.
What's that?
Well, Michael.
Michael
It is,
has
yes.
I
This
feel
is
I
the
feel
old
like this
costume.
Is, this is
we're not trying
our-
to get you to side with
Yeah,
Power
this is not
Finders.
like our
Real
whole
Life.
my God. I have no
We're-
statements.
I don't know what I haven't
But
really
we don't know.
yet.
We don't know.
We
We
don't
don't know. We don't go past the Atlantic Ocean.
I
turn
learned
it-
from the black square
We'll
not to
turn
say
it
anything.
around. It's a hard stance. So basically, these are just like fun party questions. You could just each pick one, or you could both answer the same one, whatever you
Whatever
like.
you feel.
Party
We'll each do
questions.
one.
Yeah, it's
The
just our
love
own party game here on Guys We Fcked.
Hilarious. Wait, did you just write these?
Yeah, Mike's
I was like, wow, that's.
Look, it looks like you have like AC coming out of your mouth.
I just hit a vape.
oh,
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like a myth?
ice.
Is that
Maddie,
a myth?
Maddie Smith.
Maddie, you're
Cold as
steaming.
ice.
Okay, I'll go first. Would you rather be at your mom's wedding with only one hot guy or your mom's funeral with 100 hot guys? The latter, bitch. You know why? Because you know what the funeral
More hot
means?
guys for me
I
to
get the
fuck.
fucking money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't tell you guys.
Money,
My
money.
mom's husband put me in his will.
Yeah, we're ready
Well,
for the
you told
money.
the internet. I definitely knew that. You announced it a lot.
Yeah, I did.
Did he tell you formally?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's sick.
Did he say
dude.
for
I
how
know it's
much?
sick. I've been no, but I know it's like
Pretty decent chunk.
figures, multiple
yeah.
6 figures plus. Every time my mom spends money, I'm like, stop spending my money, bitch.
Buy me something. I agree with RE funeral. Would you rather date a guy who talks over you or a guy with bad hygiene? I have to go talks over me. Hygiene is bad is bad.
Because if a guy talks over,
And
you
I
can
have
be like,
dated
shut
someone with bad
up,
hygiene and it was
seriously.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the bad hygiene?
Just like
Smelly
dated a
balls,
hoarder.
smelly mouth.
The hoarder?
You dated a
A
hoarder?
legit hoarder?
he actually smelled fine.
I thought you were talking about the hoarder. Who was the bad hygiene guy?
Well, the hoarder was also bad hygiene.
Okay.
We're as
guy.
hoarders usually.
He wasn't that bad hygiene out in public. It was the home.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. The hoarders are actually usually pretty good outside the home
Yeah.
of keeping
Yeah.
it a secret.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a dirty
Double
secret.
life.
Yes.
And he was a
Double
hoarder,
life.
but it wasn't food. Like everyone's like, isn't that gross? But he
It's
didn't
just
have
stuff.
food anywhere. It was all just like
Stuff.
He was like an artist. So
Yeah.
there's like paint shit everywhere.
Yeah.
He's like a mess.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, he's crazy.
He was like 40.
He was 40. I was 23. Yeah, I like the older ones.
Yeah. It's kind of hot because
Anyways.
you're like, you're so excited to be with me.
I know. And I'm
It's
like,
really hot.
I have something to offer, and
Yeah.
that's youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take
Other than, because I don't have much else to offer. You know what I mean?
it.
So,
When you're 23, yeah. It's
Right.
like,
well, even now,
Right. Who was the bad hygiene guy?
the hoarder was really bad hygiene.
Who was the other one?
there's another one. I
okay.
can see it in your eyes.
No. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's why he wrote this question. But I don't know.
Hilarious.
Never
The
mind.
last one.
Continue.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Guys, where can we find more of you online?
Oh my God. All my social medias are so Maddie Smith.
So Maddy.
I'm always touring, so just follow me or maddysmithcomedy.com. Come see me live.
And mine is at Stewart and Chill on Instagram. And I basically just do Instagram these
Yeah.
days. And
We have a monthly show at the Stand.
We have a monthly show at
in
the
New York
Stand.
City. Come out. It's called Big Naturals.
it's called Big Naturals. It's on Wednesdays at 10, once a month. We'll post about it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So follow us there.
It's so fun.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. This has been Guys We Fcked, the anti-slut shaming podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.